Hello, everybody. Ignatius L. Jackson, CPA here. Thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. We have an exciting video for you today. Today, we are talking about cryptocurrency. And if this isn't a sign as to what we're going to be talking about today, you might want to stay tuned. We have some new shirts here, brand new shirts, hot off the presses in the last week or so here. Self-direct your retirement. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. And I'm going to go into some thoughts and perspectives on why I think, using cryptocurrency as a retirement tool is a pretty nifty little strategy. So stay tuned. We'll be right back in a second. All right, everyone, and we're back. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video with your network. We're trying to get more and more information out to the public to, hopefully educate people and get people more in tune with some stuff that we're doing here and help to build financial wealth, financial independence, financial freedom, however you want to describe it, okay? We just definitely want to make sure that we are taking the time and effort to learn and educate ourselves and then utilize that to build our wealth. All right, that's the goal. That's how we're going to bridge the wealth gap in this country. And today I'm talking about a huge game changer. All right, cryptocurrency. I know a lot of people are afraid of cryptocurrency. A lot of people don't understand cryptocurrency. I understand that, but I'm going to challenge you today to just kind of think about cryptocurrency as just a nice, easy investment tool that could potentially have some pretty significant outcomes, okay? It may take a little bit of effort. You may want to, potentially have someone help you a little bit to really kind of get it and understand it a little bit better. But ultimately, it's a great financial tool to put into your pocket and utilize going forward. Now, with my shirt here, Self-Direct Your Retirement, I highly, highly recommend doing most of your crypto trading inside of a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k, if your 401k allows it. There's certain 401k plans that do. They're usually going to be when you have a small business and you have your own plan basically for yourself. That's usually going to be those types of plans that allow you to do this. But definitely recommend doing this type of trading inside of your Roth IRA or Roth 401k. Reason being, it allows you to have tax-free growth without paying any taxes in the future. Okay. Oh, you can also use an HSA as well, health savings account. I'll just throw that out there also. I don't want to forget that one because that also has tax-free growth. The only difference is you have to use those funds on medical expenses versus you can use the retirement funds on retirement expenses, and you have to wait till you're 59 and a half. HSA, you don't have to wait till you're 59 and a half. So you can technically, if you have medical expenses to offset that, pull some of those dollars out to help cover those medical expenses. So something else to kind of think about as a potential use of your retirement accounts / medical saving accounts / hey, this stuff is cool. All right. So I'm going to share with you one of my crypto trading accounts. Again, just one. This is kind of some stuff in here that I just playing around with, but I mainly wanted to just show you some charts. Okay. So, and just to kind of explain the power of this crypto stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and share my screen here. Just make sure I got the right one. Okay. So here's Gemini. This is Gemini Active Trader. Okay. And I like Gemini Active Trader because they charge only 0.25 or 0.35, anywhere from 0.25 to 0.35 percent per trade. There's a lot of other places out there that charge you 1%, 1.5%, 1.25%, 5% in some cases to do crypto trading. And there's a lot of places out there that won't let you do it inside of an institutional account, which is basically how you get this set up. You would have to create an LLC inside of your self-directed IRA. If you have a self-directed 401k, then you could just use the 401k trust without an LLC. But if you're doing the IRA, you might have to set up an LLC with that, and in order to be able to do this type of trading for cryptocurrency. But it's a powerful, powerful tool. And here's why I'm going to explain why it's so powerful. Okay, this is a chart. Look at the history of this chart. So pretty much the last 3 or 4 days, it started down here sub $1 per mana. Okay, that's the name of this cryptocurrency. Let me get the full name here. Let's see. Mana. What exactly is the full name of this thing? I'm trying to see here. Well, nevertheless, MANA. Okay. Sorry, I don't know the exact full name of it, but MANA is what it trades under. And ultimately, what that does is it went sub $1. It went all the way up to $4, just a little bit above $4 at one point over the last few days. It's now currently at $3 and starting to kind of head back up. Do the math on that, people. Start at sub $1, worth at up to $4 at one point. That's 4 times your money. Let me put this to you another way. If you were to have put $1,000 into this trade at 4 times your money, that is a $3,000 gain. If we assume that you started at $1 and you sold at $4, you have a $3,000 gain in a matter of days. Like, where do you see that at? You don't. I mean, this is insane. It may have happened at some point in the stock market where you had this kind of hyperbolic growth, but not that frequent, certainly. Okay, but there might have been a stock or two where this occurred at some point over the last however many years the stock market has been around. But just imagine all this growth in just a matter of days. So let's take this down a notch. Let's maybe look at every hour. So this is over basically the last 18 hours or so. Okay. You can see this trend here and how it's just kind of going up and up. Okay. Then it started to stumble a little bit, went back up, stumbled a little bit, down, down. Now it's going back up. Okay. This is the kind of stuff that you have available to you when you're doing crypto. Okay. Let's take a look at another one. Here's another one that's had a lot of hyperbolic growth lately. Cube. Okay. So it was, let's see. Let's look at the history over the last couple months here. So again, pretty steady. All right. And then bam, last few days started on, looks like 1025. All right. Starts just going crazy hyperbolic. So we started at about 260, 250, something like that. And now it got all the way up to $15. All the way up to $15. Now it's back down to 12. Okay. I can't really do that math in my head. So let me just do this. 15 divided by 2.5. That's a 6 times return on your money. 6 times. Again, since 10/25/21. If you had been invested in this, you would have a 6 times return on your money. Again, if you put $1,000 in, that's a $5,000 gain in a matter of 5 days. Like, where else are you going to see this? Seriously. And if you have some time to actually pay close attention to this stuff, you can actually trade some of these swings. You can have it go up, 20, 30%, whatever it is, and kind of just wait for it to come back down and then buy some more. I mean, there's people that definitely trade some of these swings, but yeah, just imagine if you had held on to it for a while and all of a sudden you're up here, you know, I mean, just super, super powerful stuff. So this is why I talk about cryptocurrency, because there's a lot of people who have had this happen. Let's look at Bitcoin, one of the most commonly known cryptocurrencies, and let's, take it over the last couple months here. So again, at some point here in the last couple months, looks like the lowest was about 40,000 or so. Okay. Well, it's now up to $60,000, 61,000. Okay. So it's grown 50% from where it was just back in roughly September 20th to 21. So just over a month, it's went up 50% in value. Okay. Now this one doesn't have quite as big of hyperbolic growth as you saw in those other two that we were just looking at, just because it's a little more tried and true. It's one of the first cryptocurrencies that were created. It's kind of where a lot of this spurned off of. So it's got one of the highest values as well. So yeah, Bitcoin's not going to have that huge hyperbolic growth, like 6 times your money in, a matter of days, like you see in some of these other ones. But there's a lot of them that are doing this. There's another one that Gemini doesn't have called Shiba, who's had the same thing, just hyperbolic growth. And it's just craziness, absolute craziness, guys. I'm telling you. So I just want you to think about taking that risk. Yes, I understand it is risky. You could invest in this. You could lose all your money. Absolutely. It's always a possibility. Any investment has its risk. All right. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm just kind of giving you guys my perspective, something to think about. I talk about a lot of different ways you can invest and a lot of different things you can do. This is just one of those opportunities where you can, put some dollars to work in doing cryptocurrency, inside your Roth IRA. Okay. So anywho, I just wanted to kind of share those charts with you guys because this stuff is cool. Like I wish I had started doing this a long, long time ago when I first heard about it. I'd have multiple millions of dollars by now. And there's a lot of people who have multiple millions of dollars because they did actually invest in the Bitcoin when it was, virtually worth nothing. And now it's worth $61,000 per Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, do the math on that. Imagine if you had invested when Bitcoin was only $10 and now it's worth $61,000. Let's see. What does that equate to? I'm just going to do the math real quick. That's a 6,100 time return on your money. So if you had invested $1,000, that would be $6.1 million that you would have had. If you had just did $1,000 when it was $10 a share, you'd have $6.1 million. That's the opportunity that's there with some of these newer crypto coins, okay? Cryptocurrency items. There's a lot of opportunity there. All it takes is for, a couple of those investments, to take off, and you can have millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars. It's from a popular movie. You could have just a ton of money just from having a couple of these cryptos taken off if you get in there early, before they, have these massive valuations. Okay. Same thing with Ethereum. There's a lot of people who bought Ethereum when it was, super cheap, and they're now millionaires, multimillionaires, not just 1 million, like multimillionaires, some even billionaires, frankly. Shiba, same thing, that's still a fraction of a penny. And there's people who have become billionaires because they invested, early on. I mean, this is creating a lot of wealth out there, guys, a lot of wealth. You can't afford not to be involved at this point. That's just my opinion. Like, if you're not involved in cryptocurrency at this point, you're losing out. You're just losing out because Yes, being the tried and true stock market is still going to be fairly safe for you. Yes, I understand that. I'm not saying to put everything into it, but allocate something to it. And don't just put it into Bitcoin, is my opinion. Put it in some of these lower value coins that have an opportunity to just skyrocket, like you saw the Mana and the Cube. Those are coins that are currently skyrocketing. Okay, that's where you want to put some of these dollars to work. And if you do that, you can have some pretty sizable gains. Okay, and again, highly recommend you consider doing the majority of this inside a tax-free account. All right. Just with that example with Bitcoin, imagine if you had invested $10, $1,000 inside your Roth IRA, and now it's worth $61,000. Okay. $6.1 million that you would have earned basically tax-free. If that doesn't put it into perspective for you, there's something wrong with you. So I don't know how else to explain it. Not trying to insult you or anything, but
oh yeah, you are. All right.
Seriously, you could have a $6.1 million gain without paying a dime in taxes. Zero. Goose eggs. Zero taxes on all that gain, all that profit. Tell me where else you can do this. You can't. Just saying. Something to really think about and consider. Please keep that in mind. Thanks for tuning in. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with everyone in your network. This video especially, I have a lot of awesome videos, but this one especially, please share. Please share. You have to do it. The podcast that I do with another CPA, we're going to actually have a cryptocurrency expert on there in the near future, to where, we dive into a little bit more the history, the mechanics of it, kind of what it is, what it means, and, why it's such a powerful tool to help build wealth right now in this day and age. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll talk to you more later. Have a good one. Peace.